Namaste student, welcome to my class. This is Information Technology for class 10, subject code 402. Today topics are create and edit tables using Wizard and SQL commands, perform operations on table in Unitary Relational Database Management System. Let's have a quick recap about previous class. What we saw in previous class, we saw about database management system, which is nothing but software to store the data. The next topic is how the data can be organized in database. It can be organized in two types. There are flat files and relational data types. The third topic is about relational database management system, one of the most popular software for storing multiple collection of tables in the database. The next topic is about database concepts. The database concepts are fields, records, values, items and tables. These are the terms which involves in database concept. The next topic is about primary key. What is primary key? Primary key is a key which is used to uniquely identify a data in a table. The last topic is about foreign key. Foreign key is also known as the reference key, which is used to make a relations between two tables in relational database management system. Children, these are the topics which are going to focus today. The topics are tables, data types, launching OpenOffice. The last topic is about create table using SQL DDL command. Let me see all these topics one by one. The very first topic is tables. A table is a set of elements that is organized using a model of vertical columns and horizontal rows. Here I given a picture which shows the example of tables. So tables consist of data, maybe a collection of data which is organized in terms of rows and columns. So here I have four rows, employee IDs, four columns, employee ID, employee name, designations and department ID, and three rows which consists of data like 101, 102 and 102. Totally I have three rows and four columns. A table has a defined number of columns but can have any number of rows. This is about tables in database. The next topic is columns and records. What is columns? Columns are also known as the fields or attributes. The other name of columns are fields and attributes. The columns are also known as the fields and attributes. So a column is a set of data values of particular simple type. So whatever data I want to type, it's based on the column name. So here I given a column name as that is your field name as employee ID. Depend on this column title only we can able to give the values in the rows. So column is a set of data values of particular simple time, one for each row of the table. The next topic is row. What is row? Row is a single data item in a table. The row is also known as the records or tuples. I repeat, the row also known as the records or tuples. The row is a single or data item in a table. So here 101 is a single item in a table based on the columns names. This is all about our columns and records. The other name of columns is fields or attributes. The other name of rows are records and tuples. Data types in OpenOffice base. The data types are used to identify which type of data we are going to store in the database. So I said a table consists of collection of data. So a table is a collection of data in terms of rows and columns. Columns nothing but fields. The fields contains a heading like employee ID, employee name. So in case of employee ID, we can type the data in numbers. In employee name, we can type only the letters in says alphabet letters. So Data types are used to identify which type of data or value we are going to store in the database. That is called what? Data types. What kind of data we want to type, whether it is a number, it is a letter or date or any symbols we want to type, that is called what? Data types. Data types in OpenOffice Base are broadly classified into 5 categories. The categories are numeric types, alphanumeric types, binary types, date, time, and other variable types. These are the 5 categories of data types in OpenOffice Base. I repeat, the 5 categories are numeric types, alphanumeric types, binary types, date, time, and other variable types. Let me see all these types one by one. The first type is numeric types. As the name indicates, numeric type means numbers, which consist of numbers. So numeric data types are used for describing numeric values for the field used in the table of your database. So numeric types are used for describing the numeric values for the fields in the table. So these are the different types of numeric data types. The types are Boolean, tiny int, small int, integer, big int, numeric, decimal, real, float, double. Based on the database requirements, we can use these numeric types in the table. So Boolean just consists of only two values. It can be either yes or no. The values may be 0 or 1, true or false, or yes or no. True means true represents 1, false represents 0. The same way yes represents 1, no represents 0. So Boolean value consists only a two value, either 0 or 1, true or false, or yes or no. Next one, tiny. Tiny means very small integer. That is, tiny means very small. So tiny int stands for tiny integer, which stores integer range between 0 to 255 numbers. The next one, small int. It's somewhat larger then tiny int. So small int is nothing but small integer which store integer range between minus 2 power 15 to plus 2 power 15 minus 1. The next one, integer. Integer stores the numbers range between minus 2 power 31 to plus 2 power 31 minus 1. The next one, big integer, which can used for store the huge number of data in the table. The range of the big integer is between minus 2 power 63 to plus 2 power 63 minus 1. The next one is numeric, which is nothing but number. Numeric means number, which also has precision values. E power, E stands for exponent. Exponent that you have learned in your maths, right? So E power plus or minus, negative or positive, 231. The next one, decimal, which allows the decimal values of the precisions of maximum values up to e power plus or minus 231. Next one, real, float, double. These are mainly used for storing the huge amount of data in the table. For example, the distance between Earth and the Sun. For this kind of data, we can set this kind of data types for the distance between Earth and the Sun. So real, float, and doubles are used for storing the huge amount of data. So the range between 2 power minus 10742 2 minus 2 power 52 into 2 power 1023. So by seeing this range, we came to know that we can store the very huge number of data in this data types for your fields. The next one, alphanumeric types. Alphanumeric is a name indicates alpha means alphabet, numeric means numbers. So in alphanumeric is nothing but a combination of letters and numbers. So alphanumeric is a descriptions of data that is both letters and numbers. For example, here I given an example 1A, 2B, 3C. So in this example, which consists of both letters and numbers. So this is what called what? Alphanumeric. So here I given some different types of alphanumeric types. The first one, long varchar. Long means we can store your lengthy data in the long varchar type. Var means variable, char means characters. Okay. So which can stores up to the maximum length or number indicated by user. It accepts any UTF-8 character. UTF stands for Unicode Transmission Format. Up to the characters limits 8. The next one, char means character. Character means letters. So you can store only the letters in the character field. That is called text. It stores exactly the length specified by the user. So if I fix the values, any values in this type, so we can store the data in the fixed length. Exactly what length we have fixed in this type, that alone we can able to enter. That is called character. Next one, varchar. Varchar means it consists of both letters and numbers. That is variable character. You can store up to the specified length. Next one, varchar ignore case. Case means uppercase, lowercase. Uppercase means the data must be in a capital letter. Lowercase means data in the small letters. Okay, the stores of the specified length. You can store up to the any specified length. The comparison is not case sensitive. If you type only whatever case you want to type, you can type. If you want to type only uppercase means you can store uppercase, otherwise lowercase. It won't show any error when you're typing something. That's why you can use the varchar ignore case. Okay. The next one, binary types. Binary data types are used for storing data in binary formats. Binary means 2. So binary data types in database can be used for storing photos, music files, etc. So whatever photos or images, graphics, music files you want to enter in the table, you have to go for this binary data types. In general, files of any format can be stored using the binary data type. So files can be in any format that can be stored by using this binary format. The different types of binary data types are long var binary, binary, var binary. So long var binary is mainly the types of data will be in image. So you can store the image file, audio files and video files also in the long var binary. Next one, binary is a fixed. So this is a fixed value. So you can store the fixed value. Stores any array of bytes. Array means collection of data you can store in the binary data type. Next one, var binary. This is also stored. This is not fixed one. You can store any amount of array of bytes in by using this var binary. It can store any array of bytes. There is no validation required for this. All these are binary types. The next data types about date time. Date time data types are used for describing date, time values for the field used in the tables of your database. For example, if I given a field name for date of birth, date of joining. So what kind of data types we can use? We can go to the date time data types. Okay, the different types of date time data types are date, time, timestamp. These are the three types of data under this date time data types. So date types are used for store month, day and year information. Here I given the format. It may be in 1199 or 119999 format. The next one, time. It is used to store the times in the format of hour, minute and second information. Second since, so how many seconds you have since 1/1/1917. So whatever time you want to type in the table, you can go these data types. Next one, timestamp. Stores both date and time informations by using this timestamp in data type. These are the three types in the date time data types. The next topic is launching OpenOffice. How to launch OpenOffice in your system or laptop. Okay, to launch OpenOffice, you have to click on the Start Programs. Start buttons are at the bottom of your system. Then go to the Programs button. Then if you download a version number openoffice.org 3.41, you can click it. So whatever versions you have, you can click it. But per syllabus they have given us 3.4.1 versions. Then again click on openoffice.org. Then what will happen? You'll be getting a pop-up menu which consists of the applications under this OpenOffice package, like the OpenOffice Writer, OpenOffice Calc, OpenOffice Base. So OpenOffice Writer is used for creating document, that is text document. OpenOffice Calc is used for creating spreadsheet that we have learned in our previous unit. But in this unit we are seeing about a database. For this you have to go to OpenOffice Base. OpenOffice Base is the software for creating database in the openoffice.org. Alternative, you can double click on the openoffice.org icons which is available on the desktop. Create table using SQL DDL command. The SQL stands for Structured Query Language. I repeat, the SQL stands for Structured Query Language, which is here one of the programming language which is used in relational database management system to use to manage and manipulate data in the database. If you want to create table, if you want to manipulate data in the database, we can go to this programming language called SQL. SQL stands for Structured Query Language. It's one of the high-level programming language which is mainly used for database creations and manipulate data in the database. The SQL commands are categorized as two types. There are DDL and DML. I repeat, the SQL commands are categorized as two types. There are DDL, DML. DDL stands for Data Definition Language. DML stands for Data Manipulation Language. So DML stands for Data Definition Language. It is also known as the Data Description Language. DDL is also known as the Data Description Language. DML stands for Data Manipulation Language. These two are the categorized section of SQL. So what is data definition language, which is also known as the data description language, is a standard for commands that define the different structures in a database, okay, which is mainly used to define the different structures in the database. How to define the data in the database? We can go this DDL command. DDL is what? Data definition language. The name indicates it is used to define the data in the database. The DDL statements are create, modify and remove database objects such as tables, indexes and users. So the DDL statements consist of create, modify and remove database object. The commands are create command, alter, drop. The create command is used to create a data in the database. Alter means making some modification. If you want to add some more fields in the existing data or database, means we can go to this alter command. Next one, drop. Drop is used to delete or terminate the database in the database. So drop is one of the command which is used to delete the table or remove the table in the database. These are the three commands comes under this DDL statements. I repeat, what are the DDL statements are there in the database? There are create, alter, drop. Create command is used to create a table in the database. Alter command is used to modify the table in the database. Drop is used to terminate or delete the current table in the database. These are the three commands under the data definition language. Next one, how to create table using this SQL query. That is what? DDL command. DDL means what? Data definition language. I said create is one of the command which comes under the DDL command. So how to create the table by using this DDL SQL query language? So this is a general syntax for creating table in the database. Listen carefully, children. This is very important syntax. So create is one of the syntax that you should type correctly. If you make any mistakes, made any spelling mistake, the query will not be executed. So the spelling of the command should be right. Okay, so the general syntax for creating table here, create table, then table name. So here given a table name as student. I repeat, the general syntax for creating table is create table, table name. So whatever field name you want to enter, you can give under this bracket. So here I given field name 1, then after following the field name, you have to type the data type, then comma, field name 2, then data type. So once you type, given your field name, it's followed by the data type. So data type means it can be any types, numeric type, binary type, alphanumeric type and data type. Depends on the field name, you can give the data types. Okay, this is a general syntax for creating table in the database using the SQL command. The syntax are create table, table name, then field name followed by the data types. Okay, here I given the example for creating the table named as student. So create table, here is a syntax which must be same. No mistakes will not be allowed. If you made any mistake, the query will not be executed. So keep in mind when you're typing, while you're typing the command. So what is the command? Create table space stable space student, then put the bracket, that is open bracket, then student id. Here student id is the field name 1, then int is the int means what? Integer type, okay, numeric type, then primary key. So I'm going to set the primary key for student id. What will happen? Duplication of value will not be allowed since I have set the field as a primary key. Next field name is, then put a comma for separating the field name, put comma, then student name varchar. What is varchar? Variable character which allows both letters and numbers. So I fix the value as 20. So the length of the data will be up to 20 characters. Put comma for separating the field names. The third field name is student class. Student's class mean I can give the class name is 6th, 7th or 8th. For also I can use what? Varchar, because 600 mean I can use a round letter as V I means no. For that I can use this student class name field as a varchar of 3. The next one, student address space varchar, then the I fix the length as 30. So after 30 character you can give the address. If it is beyond the length, it will not be allowed. Then close the bracket. At the end, every statement, every query statement has been terminated by the semicolon. Okay, if you not give a semicolon, the query will not be executed. It throws an error. This is called the syntax of the general syntax about the creating tables in the database using the SQL query. The syntax is create space table space student. Student is nothing but table name. Under the bracket you can give the field name, how much, whatever field name you want to give you can give. At the end of this statement you have to put what? Semicolon, which means termination of this statement. This is the example for creating a student table in database using the SQL query. Let me see how to create this query and how to execute this query in the OpenOffice base. Now we are going to see how to launch OpenOffice in your system. So go to the start button which is available in your bottom left corner. This is my start button in Windows 10 operating system. Click on this. You'll be getting a lot of programs will be listed here. So under this list we will be having the OpenOffice application icon. Just click on this, or else you can accidentally click the OpenOffice icon available in the desktop. So just double click on the OpenOffice 4.7. You'll be getting the window like this. In this window, the OpenOffice application has listed all the applications of the OpenOffice package. In this unit, we are going to see how to create a database in your OpenOffice. So for that, we have to click on the database icon. Just double click on the database icon. So we'll be getting a database wizard dialog like this. Now I'm going to create a new database by selecting the option create a new database. Okay. Then click next button. This is my step span. In this database wizard, there is two steps. The first one, select database. Next one, save and proceed. In this first step, you have to choose the option as create a new database. Since I'm going to create a new database, for that you have to click this option, then press next button. So here you have to click the option as yes, register the database for me, then click the finish button. So once you click on the finish button, immediately you'll be getting a save as dialog like this. Here you have to give your database name as student. I'm going to create my database for my student. So I give the name as student, then press save button in the save as dialog box. This is your database window. If you want to create new database, you have to click file, new database. So this is my existing database named as student. If you want to create one more database like this, means go to the file tab in the menu bar, then click new, then database. You'll be getting the same database result again like this. Okay. So now I'm going to press cancel because I have created already one database here named as student.odb. ODB is the file extension for the OpenOffice database. Like OpenOffice Writer, we can have extension as .odt. Here ODB means OpenOffice database is the file extension for the database in a OpenOffice. This is my database window which has a name as student.odb. This is my task database task pan. Okay, here I said database can be organized in the form of tables, queries, forms and reports. Now we are going to create a table in the database. Okay, these are the task pan. Under this database task pan, we have four options as tables, queries, forms and reports. But in this session, we are going to see only how to create tables in the database. So you all know very well tables are the basic building blocks of database. It is used to store the data in the database in the form of tables. For creating table under this task, this is called task pan. Okay, so we are going to create a table by using a design view. So tables can be created by three views. Create table in design view, use wizard to create table. The last one, create view. What is the first one? Create table in design view. So I'm going to create table by using this design view. Just click on this icon, immediately you'll be getting the window like this. Okay. So here you have to specify the field name and type of the field. So now I'm going to click the field name as roll number, space roll number. Then I'm going to specify my field type as integer. So whatever field type you want to set, you can give. Okay. So once I chose my field type, here you will be having a field properties. At the bottom of this table window, design window, you'll be having a field properties. Field properties consist of auto value, entry required, length, default value. So whatever default value will be having, you can give. So entry requirement, you must enter some value. You should not leave any space here. For that, you have to give this what? Entry value as. Okay, then you can specify the length. Whatever length you want to fix, you can fix. So suppose you are I want to change my value as something. You can change the value as 5 or 6. Whatever value you want to change, you can change here. Okay. The next one, I'm going to give the student name here. Student name. The type will be as so whatever field or data type you want to fix, you can fix here. So I'm going to fix this varchar. Okay, like this you can give whatever field you want to give, you can give. So I'm going to give us date of birth. So date of birth, for date of birth I'm going to give us date type. So if you want to fix the change the format of date also, you can change. Just click this. You'll be getting a dialog box for field format. So whatever format, whatever date format you want to display, you can choose by using this format field format options. Okay, then click OK. Then give the next field name as class. I'm going to fix my field type as char, char. The next one is phone number. For phone number, I'm going to use as integer. Okay, for integer, we can't able to change a fixed length. For others, we can change the value. See, we can change for numeric, we can change the length of the data, but integer you can't able to, because integer is a fixed one, constant one. You can't able to change the length of the integers type. This is what table design view. So I have, by using this design view, I have given a or specify my field type and for the field name. Then once you complete your field name and field type, you have to go to file, save for saving your table. So here it will be asking for giving the name of the table. So I'm going to give them my name as student. Okay, so student 1 I'm going to give now. Then click OK. So it is asking for a to set your primary key for the table you just created. So you can select the appropriate option to set the primary key or leave the table without set your primary key. So I'm going to set my primary key. So I'm going to give it as a yes now. So once you click yes, automatically a new field will be added along with the field name as ID. Okay. So now I have done my table design. So I'm going to close this window. So here this is your database span, this is your task span, this is your table span. Okay, so under this tables database I'm having only one table named as a student1. So this is my database window. Under this database window is segregated into three sections: database section pan, task pan, this is the table pan. Okay, now I have designed my table. This I have designed my structure of a table only. So now I'm going to insert some values for this table. How to do this? It's very simple. Just double click on the table name. So you'll be getting a table data view like this. So here you can enter the values for all the tables. So I'm going to give the name as 1. Then roll number. So whatever roll number you want to give, you can give 10201. Student name will be date of birth. Class 10 space B. Phone number. Then press enter, it will come down. Then 210202. Then give the name as so like this you can enter the records for the table like this. So now I'm going to do the same value. I'm going to duplicate the value now. Again 2. So once if you want to save your records, you press enter. So why this message will be showing? Because I have done my duplications. For this ID, I have set the primary key for this first field. Primary key will not allow the duplicate values. So I have given the same value for the third record. That's why it's showing the error message like this. Error inserting the new record. Violation of the unique constraint. Constraint means keys. PK means primary key. So duplication value for columns. So I have set the ID for primary key. Duplication value will not be allowed. So it shows the message like this. So now I'm going to change our value as 3. This is a benefit of using the primary key. Primary key will not allow the duplicates records in the table. So how many records I have now? 1, 2, 3. Rows represents records, fields represents the columns. Okay. So how many columns I have now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 column. That is 5 fields or 5 attributes I have here in the table. How many records are there? 1, 2, 3 records is there in my table student. Okay. So now I have done all the values for the given field. Now I'm going to save the record. How to save the record? Go to File, then Save Current Record. Now the record has been saved in my table student 1. Now close the table data view. All the records has been saved in my table student 1 in the student database. Okay, this is what how to create a table by using the design view. Now we are going to see how to create table by using the SQL query. SQL means what? Structured query language in the DDL command. Creation of table in the DDL command. How to create SQL query? Go to Tools tab in the menu bar. Then choose the option is SQL. Here you have to type the command. What command? Create table name. I'm going to put the table name as student 2. Okay. In student 2, I need a field of some academic details. So I'm going to give us a roll number space, okay, integer, comma, then student name. So here the space will not be allowed in the query language. So don't give the space. For that you have to use the underscore symbol. So student underscore name space varchar. Give the length of the field as 20. Then mark 1 space integer, comma, marks 2 space integer. Like this you can give, then close the bracket, then give the semicolon. I said every SQL statement terminated by the semicolon. Okay, so this is what creating the table by using the SQL command. So what is the command? Create table. Create table is the syntax for the SQL command for creating the table in the database. Student is the 2 is my name of the table. This is my field. How many fields I given here? Roll number, student name, varchar, marks 1 and marks 2. Then I close the bracket. Then I terminate the statement by using the semicolon. So once I type my command in this command space, you have to click the execute button to execute this query. So I got the message is what? Command successfully executed. Then close it. Close it. So now I created two table by using one table by using create table in design view, another table by using the SQL command. So but here I have only one table. I want to show one more table. How to do this? Go to view, then refresh tables. Now I have created two table, students one by using the create table design view, next one by using the tool. Just click here, you'll be having a none. If you want to see the structure of table, you can see here. This is my structure of first table, student 2, This is my structure second table, roll number, student name, marks 1, marks 2. This is what how to create a table in database by using the SQL query and create table in design view. Children, how to create table in design view? Just click on this, then give the structure of table, then you can insert the values for the table. Otherwise, go to tools, then choose SQL. You'll be getting the SQL command box like this. Here you can type the SQL command. What command is the DDL command? DDL means what? Data definition language for creating a table in the database. Then press execute button. It will be execute your query. The table will be created along with your given fields. I hope you all can able to understood how to create a table in a database. So with this we reach an end of the session. Homework and for a classwork notes will be posted in our group. Complete your homework and classwork on time and submit on next week. The remaining thing we'll see in the next class. Thank you very much, children.